What's up everybody? It's Lids and we're back for some more Mardek, and of course last time we successfully completed the full party arena, and all in all, it seemed like we ran into a few hiccups here or there, what with the fairies and pixies and mithril golem paired with the other golems along with it that might have posed a little bit of a threat to us, but ultimately, our group here of Mardek, Vern, Legion, and Meridor proved successful, and in the process, they of course picked up the Champion Sword 2, which is our new and best sword, so why don't we throw that on Mardek here. We also picked up a new Creamstone. Let's check that one out as well. Oh, tell you what, apparently we have several others that we've not yet read either, so maybe this is an opportunity for us to check all those out here. I'm guessing this is the one that we just picked up, but I'm actually not sure, so maybe we go one by one here. Have I got all my stuff? I think so. All the stuff I found with you, anyway. Okay. I'll really miss you, you know? I don't want to leave you. I'll miss you, too. Are you sure you need to go? Can't you stay? Please? I don't know whether I want him to, though. I really do want him to be with me, but if he sees the real me too much, then I don't want him to grow to hate me. She does want me to stay. That's comforting. But I wonder if she means it, or if she's just being polite. I can't stay, though. I can't wallow in good fortune while my best friend works his arse off out there. I don't deserve this. I have my reasons for having to leave. I'm sorry. Now, goodbye. I'm crying. I hope he doesn't think ill of me for it. I hope I'm not crying. This might be the last hug we have. Ever. No. If I think about it, I'll cry and I won't be able to leave. I need to leave now, before I become unable to. Bye-bye, my love. Only say that out loud. Okay, that one got a little hot and heavy. I don't know, I think that might have been the one that we just picked up there, but let's see if the other ones have. Similar music, also green text, so okay, perhaps the same person here, in which case, hard to distinguish between which one we got when. Now what? I didn't really think this far ahead. It would be so easy to just turn back, go back to her arms, live together alone in happiness, away from the rest of the world. It would be bliss. Maybe in some ways, I could even say I've earned my paradise by my sacrifice. Who's to know? No, that's not a fair way of thinking. It's not right. I'd only be lying to myself, and it'd be tormenting. Maybe I should seek him out again, rejoin his group, resume from where I left off. I don't think I could show my face around him again. Hi. I just died, but I'm not dead anymore. My sacrifice wasn't a sacrifice after all. Whenever a hero in the story sacrificed himself to save the others, that was always his end, and that's why he was remembered. Those heroes were revered so highly. It would be grand to be remembered as one. But I'm sure it'd be a stain on my reputation if I just returned. It'd cheapen the heroic deed. Unless they think of me as great for looking death straight in the eyes and surviving? No, I'm kidding myself. That's only really valid if I say I'll return. I do want to be a hero. but he deserves to be the hero. Perhaps I can leave my old life behind and become someone else. I could be a hero, but in the background. I wouldn't interfere with his main quest sort of work. I'll just save cats on the side. That sort of thing. I could make the world a better place, even if I'm no longer in it. Yes, this will be my gift to the world. I will redeem myself, but I will not return. I wish you the best of luck, all of you. Today, I die. And I am reborn. Okay. Certainly a lot going on with that character there, and we're getting a lot of hints as to who that might be. I won't tell you just yet, but let's see where this one leads, and for all we know, might be also from the same person. He's really dead, isn't he? The soldier said he was. He said he died on a mission, probably doing some foolhardy stunt or something. I don't know whether to cry or to laugh. I know I should be sad since we're related and all, mostly, but he was such a bully. He made my life hell. I've fantasized about this day like forever, and now it's here, but I can't be happy, can I? Especially since she's dead, too. That black cloud. Why, oh why did the gods curse us so? It's not fair. It took so much away. The shaman was like another mother to me. Now she's gone. But all of Ellie's parents are gone. And now she's living with us. I miss having my alone time. She's become smitten with one of those adventurer types. Guard good for her, I suppose, but it sure makes me jealous. I doubt I'm going to find a guy anytime soon. But I don't really want one at the moment, do I? No, it seems my studies are finally going to be put to good use. It's a good thing I spent every day studying the notes she gave me, and it's good that I have the gift, too. That, in itself, is really surprising. I always wish I was special in some way, but just thought everyone felt like that. Who'd have thought that it would be me who would be the next shaman of Canonia? I'll try to do my best. I'll ignore all these fears I have about it. I mean, I've been psychologically practicing specifically for this day. Right? Right? I'll miss her, though. I'm scared of messing up without her there to correct me and guide me. At least I can, rely on Ellie somewhat if I feel too lonely, though. But she'd probably mess up worse than me or just act silly or something. I sometimes wonder why she and I are friends at all. She's so flighty and bubbly, but I'm so not. I can't see why she spends time with me, to be honest. It must seem very dull to her. She gets all the good stuff too, and... Wait, what am I thinking? When we were littler, it might have been that way, but now I'm a shaman and she's lost her family. I suppose I should make a point of being nicer to her from now on. Not that I'm not nice to her, though, outside my head. Enough of this idle contemplation. I need to get back to my studies. Okay, so that one, I would say, is perhaps quite a bit easier to identify who that one was, so alright. with that, that's all of our Dreamstones at the moment, and of course, we are done with everything now in the Cambria Arena. And remember, we are only partially done with Miasmal Citadel. We went through there, cleared a little bit of it, and then fought a Trilobite Warrior, and of course we needed to fight all the Trilobite Warriors to make it into the arena, and that's why we're here now. But we'll head back and make sure that we get a chance to see what else is going on in the Miasmal Citadel. So that means we probably ought to warp. And remember, there is a fast travel spot from the Sun Temple, but that is, of course, in the southern continent, so we will need to cross over here. And we did, of course, see many enemies from Miasmal Citadel in those arena runs there. Particularly, it seemed the Skelezards were quite common, so we'll run into some of those familiar faces, and perhaps one or two that we may not yet have seen, although they might have also poked up in some of those arena runs just a little bit less frequently. So we'll head on over. And yes, the bouncer will continue to try to steal our gold warport pass. No, you cannot have it. I will not let you take it from us. Then if we go back to the Sun Temple here, one other thing I want to check before we head over to the Miasmal Citadel, that being that, what is this guy doing here? You're not a Slokian priest. I thought this was only for Slokian priests here in the temple. Well, it says you're a Slokian priest. Woohoo! Look at all this hair! It's amazing! I think I might go and become a professional hair haver. Yes, it'll be amazing, too. So remember, this is the person that we gave the hair tonic to, and, well, it appears as though it worked wonders because, yeah, you have very much a full head of hair now. So now, let's head on over to the Miasmal Citadel, and we'll see which way we ought to go there. I think you could say that we've cleared roughly half of it, because we went over to one side and did just about everything there, though there may have been a few locked doors here and there. And then on the other side, I think we just haven't been at all. So first, let's perhaps swap some people around here, because this is, of course, our group that we just had in the arena run. So it's been a while since we had the typical party in a more typical scenario, going through exploring different areas. So who has it been longest since we last saw in the party? I could not really tell you. So I'm thinking maybe let's just throw in a new combination of people, like, say, Eloian and Solar. We were saying before that they are a strong combo, and then perhaps Gloria from there as well. And we'll just want to make sure that they have at least some gear equipped, because, yeah, they don't have any at the moment. And that's kind of important, especially in this pretty high-level area here. So let's just... Oh, and we threw all the crafting materials in Gloria's inventory here. So let's just do some of this real quick. I'm not sure we need to do too much to optimize the setup per se. I think we are strong enough at this point that it's not like we're going to get bowled over by our opponents if we aren't to use the best possible items. But this is perhaps an opportunity for us to throw on some of the new arena rewards here. So Gloria's arena item here, the Leaf Charm, gives her a new active ability, so all the more reason to use that. Then Solar's, you as well can use the Star Charm, that's new for you and gives you a new active skill as well, so that's great. Let's maybe throw on the Emerald Bangle for you as well, Solar, because that'll give you some more HP, and you are usually one of the lowest HP members of the party. And you could say something similar about Eloian, so why don't we throw this on for you, and then you also have your own charm, though this does not have any skills that it teaches you, so you could argue that perhaps we don't need to throw this on, per se, but we'll give it a shot here, and then Minstrel's Tiara, sure, with high defenses, and Charismatic Performer, making it a little bit less likely for opponents to target her specifically. And then, I mean, we do have Gloria's starting chestplate lying around here, which is, it's solid. Why don't we make a point of throwing on something like the Night Jacket for someone else? So let's go to item storage, and yes. So, I mean, someone should at least be using this in here, right? Because I do think we would expect to take a fair share of dark damage here, so that'll be helpful. And then anything else that is very much something that we would want. I mean, Vern, the Eclipse Amulet, taking this off of you might be nice. Would be useful for someone like Solar, though Solar does have other good options here with the Star Charm and the Emerald Bangle. We could say get a nice stole for Solar, that would also be preferable. Would we prefer the green stole here for the +6 vitality? Or would we rather have the steel stole for 10 defense and 50% physical resistance? I think let's go for the little bit more well-rounded life here. Maybe that's reason enough to take this off. and throw on the Eclipse Amulet instead, because Solar, yeah, at almost 1,800 life, that's not bad, to tell you the truth. And then, reason why I'm saying we might want to use this is because 50% light and dark resistance is quite useful for Solar, especially in addition to the Star Charm, which gives even more of those things, because remember, Solar's astral form that we learned from this Soul Stone that we picked up in Miasmal Citadel does give them 200% resistance to ether damage, 100% resistance to physical damage, 50% resistance to fire, water, earth, and air. However, gives them 100% weakness to dark and light, so for that reason, if we do want to use astral form, we probably do want to load up a bit on the dark and light resistances. So that's why that seems like a decent option there, and maybe also reason throw on the black hat. So that looks good for Solar. And then for Gloria, I mean, this does give you some dark resistance, so that's not a bad thing. But let's see if we can find another helmet to give you, and I'm thinking maybe just an elf cap. He's usually pretty strong. And then your last item here. Do we want to boost your HP with an Emerald Bangle? Does that feel necessary? Could we even go with the Sapphire Bangle to boost your spirit a bit more? Or do we have any new items that we picked up recently, like the Warlord's Soul? I mean, this would give us more HP, likely, than the Emerald Bangle would. But plus 8 strength is maybe not terribly helpful for someone like Gloria, who is primarily a spellcaster. So maybe we pass on that, but we could go with the Scarab of Health on someone other than Mardek, because, I mean, yes, this is a very strong setup for Mardek, of course, but maybe we spread the love a little bit more and give some better items to other people. Like so, and then Mardek's the one looking for one more item here, in which case, why don't we say throw on something like, I mean, we have not yet used the Yellow Fairy on anyone, so we could swipe that from, I believe that is on Meridor. Give that to Mardek? We could. We certainly could. Sure, let's try this. So then let's heal up, and maybe even save as well, just to be safe. Okay, and let's just make sure, I know Mardek, we put on your new sword here, and you don't quite have the RP to use Soul Strike. Not that it's super meaningful, because this is a light elemental sword, and Soul Strike is, of course, light elemental for Mardek, so it's not really changing anything here. It's mostly just giving us the flexibility if we were to, say, use the champion sword on someone else and give Mardek one of the fire, water, air, or earth elemental swords, and we wanted to give Mardek the option of hitting his offensive reaction to turn that into a light elemental attack. So, in the future, it'd be nice to pick up, but at the moment, not necessary. So now, let's head over here and remind ourselves as to where we ought to go. I think we've gone to the left, but we've not yet gone to the right, because there are 2 portals here. So we'll want to go up through this one and see what we find. So we are expecting to run into some powerful enemies, yes. Blue Souls, we did see some of these, and they are, as a reminder, strong to dark damage, weak to light. Fire is perhaps an okay way to damage them as well. So let's go with, I'm thinking something like Dolores Dirge does deal some damage, and it ignores opponents' resistances, so even though it shows up as dark here, should still deal, I want to say, around 300 damage, which is not going to be enough to take them out in of itself, but against these very defensive enemies, it could be useful, nonetheless. And Solar's new Lunatic Howl ability that they're getting from their new arena item is the light from the moon that causes everyone to go all funny, becoming berserked. Risky. Interesting. So we make our opponents berserked, meaning that, yes, they will double their strength and therefore hit us harder with their physical attacks, but wouldn't be able to use any of their special abilities. And for Blue Soul, that only has 20 attack, and I think is primarily a spellcaster, that might not be a bad idea. Not sure if it'll work on them, but we can try. Oh, can we only apply it on ourselves? No, I take it back. Can apply it on our opponents, only on ourselves. So, yeah, in that case, I think let's keep it simple here. Use a Solar Flare, try to take out one of these guys, perhaps one with the most HP. Because Solar can definitely do that. And 266 damage is not really enough. But I'm thinking that a Wildfire in addition to that hopefully will do the trick. It's close, but it is enough. So this group here, I would say, is pretty defensive, but not very offensive, because Eloian has some of her songs that can boost our defenses, and Solar can make those songs even more potent. But Gloria is really our only person who is much of an offensive character, and even then, Legion is more effective, more powerful with their spells, so for that reason, we might find this a little bit trickier. Okay, the Skelezards do go after Solar. However, Requiem deals extra damage to Undead. I'm assuming, since that deals far more damage than Dolores Dirge, this might be enough to take out the Skelezards, but just to be safe here, let's use a Solar Flare on the Skelezard with the most HP. Solar can definitely take one out. And yes, that is enough. Okay, so that's good to know. That was plenty of damage. Don't think even the highest possible level Skelezard could survive that. So head through here. And then, there are 4 chests, but can't tell much from the map here. So we'll see what we run into. Oh, okay. So we did, I believe, have a few doors that were locked on the other side of the Miasmal Citadel, so this is one of the switches that will unlock said door. And then a chest here. Oh, I believe that was a Dark Essence, though that was quite quick. My apologies. And oh, okay. This door is locked, and there are 3 more chests behind it. I'm guessing this is a little bit of a back and forth type of scenario where once we flip this switch, we can head back over to the left side, and that will free up another switch. It will open this door here. Let us go through, pick up all these chests. Okay, combination of Skelezards and Blue Souls. This is tricky, because that means we do need to choose a bit between Requiem and Dolores Dirge. I think Requiem is a little bit safer, because we know for certain this will take out both the Skelezards, whereas Dolores Dirge is not quite enough damage in and of itself to take out the Blue Souls. So let's have Solar do one of those guys, and probably the one with the most HP, which would be this one here, would be preferable. And then Skelezards go down to Requiem. Blue Soul, I was not paying attention for that one, so they silenced Eloine, which is a little unfortunate. Wildfire it though, and when we're targeting just one of them, the damage should be higher. It is enough to take it out, even though we did not deal extra damage with the Dolores Dirge. Help Gloria out, she can do it by herself. And Gloria has 191 ectoplasms. Okay, sure. Let's make sure that we remove that silence from Eloine, though. That is probably something we would like to do. And we could perhaps make a point of doing something like a cleanse, which is, I believe, the new ability that Gloria has learned from her item that she got from the arena. We got Mass Cleanse from her new staff that we put on somewhat recently. That, of course, removes statuses from everyone in the party, but just Cleanse removes it from one person specifically, and costs a little bit less MP, so in this instance, that's all we need. And let's head over here, the left side, where I do think it was, what, a white door that should now be open? So let's see if we can make it through there. First, we have some apparitions, which are specters, spirits, fairly high defenses. They are less resistant to light and dark, but with regard to fire, water, air, and earth, a little bit tougher there. Magic is theoretically the best way to damage them, so we could, say, go with something like a Spirit Song to boost the magical attack of our skills, or Dolores Dirge. This will definitely not be enough in and of itself to take out the apparition, so I'm thinking maybe for that reason we go with the Spirit Song in hopes of boosting Gloria, making sure that she can take them out. Though Solar is next, and the apparitions do go next, so the apparitions will go before Gloria, so that is a bit of a risk. We hope Solar has enough damage here. Definitely does. And you've stunned Eloine. That is unfortunate, and I missed the reaction there on Gloria, though she does still manage to take her turn, even though she got paralyzed as well. So, okay. Doesn't technically matter which one of these we go for. Let's do Twister, because it has the chance of lowering their agility a little bit, which could perhaps mean that Gloria might go before them this time around if their agility levels were close. No, not close enough. Mardek does have haste, so that does mean he will go twice here, and could perhaps do something to remove some statuses from other people, like Gloria and Eloine, who are now paralyzed, and Mardek's new ability from his arena item is Remove Evil, which uses Rojas magic to remove all negative status effects from someone's body, so it is functionally basically the same thing as Gloria's Cleanse, and it is something that I believe we can only use on one person at a time, so take your pick. Who would we rather remove the paralysis from? Would it be Eloine or Gloria? I think the answer is Gloria, because we do need Gloria to deal some damages here, perhaps. Though Mardek, we have another turn, so we could, I suppose, just use Remove Evil once more, and we don't have to choose after all. So there we go. Now, Eloine, why don't you, this time round, yeah, stick with Spirit Song. Then Solar can definitely take one out. Like so. And then even just a physical attack is probably enough to take this guy out here. Even if that's high defenses, well, maybe we don't take that risk. Let's Twister it instead. Just to be safe. Gloria's close leveling up. Yes, that does do the trick. Heather Essence as well. That's a good pickup. Okay, so I think we head up through here. And this door was previously locked. Now we can make it through. And a Black Eye, we saw many of these in the arena runs. So this one is quite resistant to dark and is not undead. So that means that at least Requiem doesn't work. Glorious Dirge, sure, doesn't technically count as dark damage, so that doesn't matter. It's more so the fact that you have over 4,000 life, so dealing 266 damage to you is probably not terribly significant. So what if we say we're to use a Vigorous March, which is a motivational march that increases the damage from physical attacks by a factor based on Eloine Spirit. This is the most recent song that Eloine has picked up. We got it a while ago. I think it was actually from turning in some of the fairies back in the fairy village, but we just never ended up using it. So we'll start using it now. And does mean that, say, Solar could do more damage with physical attack here. Just shy of 1,000. And Gloria, if you were to use a physical attack, it would be Earth Elemental, and the Black Eye is weak to Earth Elemental damage, so sure, give it a shot. A little over 1,000. And then Mardek, I'm thinking you are going to be the primary source of damage here. It will go after you. But, wow. Maximum damage for Mardek. On a crit, yes, but even then, can't say I saw that one coming. Can't say I saw that one coming. So, in case you were wondering, Champion Sword? Yeah, Champion Sword 2, I should say. Quite good, after all. Quite good. So there is the other switch we were looking for. Now we have a Mithril Golem. Well, this is where things get tricky. So, one interesting thing that you can do between Eloine and Solar, one of the things that makes them so powerful, is we might have started to do this on an earlier Miasmal Citadel trip, but if we use Solid Sonata, which boosts our physical defenses, and then, well, let's just take a second here to put on Astral Form for Solar, because that will make them immune to non-elemental damage, like so, and that is the only type of damage that the Mithril Golem can deal, so it does deal a lot of damage. We want to make sure that we are defensive enough that we don't get one-shot here, because many times the Golem can and will do that. And for that reason, you can also use Barkskin to boost people's defenses a little bit more. Who is the next most vulnerable? Solar is safe. Mardek is very likely safe. And Gloria with 2,000 HP, you are definitely safer than Eloine, so let's put Barkskin on Eloine to boost her defenses a bit more. Mardek, let's also throw a shield on Eloine. Then the Golem, I believe... Oh no, Mardek has haste. Mardek will go again. I was going to say the Golem would normally go after Mardek here, but that means we can throw on a shield on Gloria as well. Now the Golem goes, and it does smack Gloria. Fortunately, that shield means she didn't take too much damage there. Eloine, you just keep on using Solid Sonata. So that's boosting our physical defenses, and now what we do is with Solar, we use Spiritcraft on Eloine, boost her spirit. Remember, the effectiveness of her song is based on her level and her spirit, so if we boost her spirit further, it means we will take less physical damage. So, then in the meantime, with Gloria, I mean, we could throw on Barkskin for more people and further boost their defenses. But you are likely to be our primary source of offense, Gloria. Mardek, I mean, you can throw a shield on yourself. You don't need it quite as much, but do that on turn 1. And on turn 2, I think you go offensively and go with an Air Slash, because I'm pretty sure that is the element that's most effective, yes, against the Mithril Golem here. So let's see how much damage you do against an enemy that is far more defensive than the Black Eye that you just fought previously, because it says 40 defense versus, I think, the Black Eye had 0, and also had weakness to light, and Mardek also crit, so everything went right with that previous stack. This one gonna be much less, I think, but still, 1,500 is nothing to snuff at. I missed that reaction there, but there is your proof that, yes, Solar is 100% resistant to non-elemental damage, so if Eloine you pass, then Solar with you boost Eloine's spirit further. So this can go anywhere from +2 is the low end, +8 is the highest we can get on any one spirit craft, so a little bit unlucky with those. Then I think Gloria, you start going offensively here. Your Twister will be strongest, of course, like we said, air is best. And then Mardek, you keep on air slashing as well. So Mardek is technically dealing the most damage here, though Gloria isn't far behind. We could perhaps take a turn to heal up a bit, although Gloria is the primary one taking damage, and she does have regen because we put the Scarab of Health on her, so maybe we don't need to after all. And the thing is, with us using Spiritcraft on Eloine, and hopefully getting higher spirit rolls like that, +6 this time, you should find that the Golem's attacks deal less and less damage each turn, so that means that we are getting safer and safer as more time passes. And if you wanted to, you could even make a point of, say, let's use an air slash here. Then I'm deliberately going to pass with Mardek, allow the Golem to go again, and it's not a huge difference yet. You see, still taking 342 damage there, which is a lot. Bear in mind that is with Gloria having a shield on, so that means that we were having the amount of physical damage that Gloria took there. But if we were to continue Spiritcraft here and get +8 Spirit, let's just take a quick peek at Eloine Spirit here. Now we're all the way up to 48. Should start to find that things start to become a bit different here. So I'm going to continue to pass with other people in order to deliberately make a point of Spirit Crafting as much as possible. There you see Mardek only took 180 damage, roughly half of what Gloria took. Now that's partially because Mardek probably has higher physical defense and also better defensive reactions, but also, at least in part, because we are boosting Eloine further with these Spirit Crafts. So I want to see, I do believe it is possible to make it such that, well, I mean, when the Mithril Golem attacks Solar, it's always going to deal 0 damage, but even against other people, it is possible to make Mithril Golem deal 0 damage, and this is, if I'm not mistaken, the hardest hitting, or very close to the hardest hitting of all of the enemies that we encounter that are not bosses. So for that reason, if we can take 0 damage from the Mithril Golem here, then we can take 0 damage from anyone. Okay, so they're 227 damage this time, so okay, certainly getting a little bit better, yes. Spiritcraft a little bit further, and Eloine getting a little bit luckier this time around with Solar's plus Spirit rolls, so that does mean that you are getting stronger a little bit faster. I did not hit the flee button, even though I hovered over it for a second there. Just keeping you guessing. So then we just do this. Boost Eloine a little bit further. If anything, we perhaps would have wanted to put the Yellow Fairy on Solar to give them haste. Make this a little bit of a more efficient process if we were predicting that we would do something like this. But I was thinking that this was something that I at least wanted to give you guys a chance to see, because it is nifty. You know, this, so the Mithril Golem would normally hit for over 1,000 damage. This is basically the enemy previously when I was saying how in the arena runs we wanted to make sure that we had over 1,000 HP so that we would not get one-shot. This is one of the enemies that I was most concerned about. I don't think we ever saw it in anyone's personal arena run, because this would be quite a powerful opponent for just one person to go against. But yeah, it can hit for, I want to say 1,400, maybe even as much as 1,600. So, for that reason, it is quite interesting if we can get powerful enough, defensive enough, to completely mitigate its damage, and +2 Spirit is not doing us many favors there, unfortunately. If we really wanted to, we could also see if we have any of those potions that further boost people's spirit by 10. That could help out. There, Eloine, who does have some strong defensive reactions, though they aren't necessarily pure damage mitigation. She has things like Survivor that mean that if she would go down to 0 HP, she instead sticks with 1. And other types of elemental resistances as well with her reactions, physical not being one of them. So my point there being that she does not have as strong pure physical defensive reactions as, say, Mardek does, and yet she only took a little over 100 damage there. So good sign. I think we're getting close here. Did I just skip Solar's turn? I might have. I might have. But with a few more of these, as long as they're decently high rolls, then I think we should find that we are capable of reaching that threshold where, well, I mean, if Mithril Golem misses, obviously it deals 0 damage. That much is for certain. With a little bit more, just double check what is Eloian Spirit at the moment. It is 91, so we are almost capped here. In fact, if Solar were to hit the maximum possible Spirit Craft roll next time around, we would be at the maximum, and Gloria there took 52 damage, down to just double digits. Oh, nope, not Solar Flare. Spirit Craft one more time here. Will we get lucky? Very much not the case. Just +2. So that one means we probably won't see too much of a dramatic difference between the previous go-round and this one here. Well, of course, we know that you'll deal 0 damage against Solar, so that's not a question we needed to have answered. This is, though. Just +2 Spirit once more. So still not max on Eloian Spirit, unfortunately. Solar getting unlucky with the rolls this time around. Now at this point, I think, should be fairly likely that we boost enough to get Eloian maxed out. Except, got another low roll here. Okay, so 98 Spirit. Almost capped. I do believe that 99 is the maximum amount. Possibly 100. There, Mardek only takes 6 damage this time around, so single-digit damage this time. Of course, Mardek, like I said, definitely does have the strongest defensive reactions, at least with regard to those hits there. There we have another 4 Spirit for Eloian. And we see that, okay, it is 100 is the maximum there, because she was at 98. We got +4 on that Spirit Craft there, so she would have gone to 102, but she's already hit the limit, so she can't go above 100. So if we just pass things here, just to prove a point, you will find that even if I purposefully did not hit our reaction there, we took 0 damage. So that is the extremely powerful thing about combining Solar with Eloian. It does take a lot of time to charge that up. Yes, if we were to have used haste on Solar, we would have made this faster. Or if we were to have, say, made more of a point of boosting Eloian Spirit, then we could have made it happen faster that way as well. But it does mean that this Mithril Golem now has no way of dealing damage to us, at least as long as Eloian is using Solid Sonata. So that means Eloian is occupied, yes, but now Solar, you could say, turn around and start using offensive abilities, as could anyone else, and we are completely safe against what is normally one of the most dangerous enemies. So that, I find, is pretty cool. And for that, Solar levels up. Okay, so let's just head back over to the other area where we, at least in theory, unlocked a door. Not this one here, but we do need to go back to the other side, the right side, where we saw those 3 chests. Okay, so we saw that last time around, we were able to take this guy out in 1 hit with Mardek, 9,999 damage. We'll use Eloian's physical attack boosting song here just to give Mardek a greater chance of pulling this one off, but I think in all likelihood, we probably just got a little lucky that time. Mardek, what do you have for us this time? I mean, no crit there, but still almost 8,000 damage, so that's impressive, Mardek. That's impressive. That's nothing to snuff at. Well done. So now let's head back over. If we have another golem, well, this time round, I would say we'll go with a slightly different approach. We'll use Solid Sonata, yes. We aren't going to do the same Spirit Crafting on you. We'll still use Astral Form to keep Solar safe, because otherwise Solar possibly could get one shot. Also, Solar used a bunch of Spirit in the process there. But we'll go much more offensively here. With Gloria, we won't pass any turns with her. And Mardek, yes, we'll throw on a physical shield, at least for Eloian, just to keep her alive. Gloria arguably may not need it, though. So I think here, we'll just air slash it up. And if you want to attack Solar, that is quite alright with me. So we'll pass with Eloian. Solar, you could Spiritcraft yourself. Reason for doing that is that, well, you do have some magic abilities they might use in the future, but it also improves your MP. So when you only get +2 Spirit, it doesn't help you that much, but just a way to get you a little bit higher there. And I think that if we do have Gloria and Mardek being a little more focused on dealing the damage every turn, then this should go much faster. Mardek, remember, is the one who does have haste, so he can deal a lot of damage here. And there you see, he is certainly taking damage this time around. So we'll keep on solid Sonataing, just to limit that damage a bit. And Solar, yeah, we'll just take this as an opportunity to restore some of that MP. And yeah, now you're at 112, so now you should be much better. And I'm thinking 2 more attacks. Yeah, that almost took out the golem there, but Mardek certainly can get the job done here. There we go. And we got some Mithril ore from it as well. That is certainly not bad. We, at this point, actually, from having done some grinding in the Miasmal Citadel, as you saw there, do have a reasonable amount of it, and of course the only real reason to use it is for the Mithril plate mail that we have already made, so not all that necessary for us to pick up more, though it is also, I believe, somewhat valuable to just sell it to vendors. Okay, Requiem against the Skelezards, that should work. So not too concerned about dealing damage with other people here, because we know that Requiem alone will take them out. Okay. And then let's check out what we have with these chests in this direction over here. And also, ooh, that switch, okay. We have a Cursed Beret. It's a cursed item, though wearing it will grant you a physical and magical shield throughout battle. It'll also render you incurably cursed until you take it off, meaning that you won't be able to use any skills. So this is very similar to the Cursed Blade that we used on Mardek's Arena Run, and in some ways is actually a good thing to combine with the Cursed Sword because both of them are giving you the curse, and so the biggest downside is, well, it's the same from one item to the next. He does have 5 defense and 5 magic defense from a helmet, which is quite good, but the auto shield, auto M shield is also very nice, and absorb 100% dark means that we were talking previously about how Black Hat was nice for its 50% dark resistance. This is 200%. That's absorb dark. So, yeah, strong downside for sure. But if you were trying to maximize your elemental resistances, then technically speaking, this would be the helmet to use. So that's an interesting one. We'll have to see if there's ever a time in which we feel like we want to use that. Then an elixir for maximum HP and MP restoration. That's great. This chest here, Big Juice for more HP restoration. Also good. Then we'll flip this switch here, which I do believe we will find will allow us to go through that other doorway to the left side, which was previously locked, and I think that is the last area in this Miasmal Citadel that we've, of course, not yet been able to enter. Okay, Skelezards, we are fine using Requiem against you. Solar, yeah, just use a physical attack. It shouldn't make too much of a difference here, because we can take both these guys out relatively easily. Take the loots, and then be on our merry way. So we'll head back over to this side here, and then we will go over the area that was previously blocked by the, what was it, cyan-ish door? Okay, Black Eye and Skelezards. I'm thinking what we do here is we Requiem to take out the Skelezards, and then we'll use primarily Mardek to take out the Black Eye. Though we can throw in a few more attacks here and there, boost the damage a little bit further. Not that Mardek needs it, unless of course he misses with this attack. And I missed the reaction, and there you see, does make a pretty big difference hitting that reaction. But still enough damage, even though I missed it, so thank you, Mardek. So now we head through here and we go up and to the right for our new area. Well, first, we have this fight against the Mithril Golem as well, so hold on. Not so fast, not so simple. We'll astral form. Then we will... Bark Skin, we could. Not sure it's really necessary, as long as we were, say, to also throw on a shield for Eloian. Or the Golem actually has a chance to attack, which I think Mardek can make happen, so... yeah, it allows us to be a little more aggressive offensively with Gloria. It's probably preferable. Throw on the shield for Eloian. And then Mardek, next turn you use an Air Slash. Then the Golem goes in. Yeah, if you want to attack Mardek, he's capable of tanking it. Now, Solar, you are in Astral form and you have some MP back. This time around, I think we can have you also be a little bit more aggressive offensively. And about 900 damage is not bad. Still, I think, can be less than Gloria and or Mardek would do, but it's a nice contribution, nonetheless. Air Air Slash, number 1. Air Slash, number 2, I don't think it's going to get the job done. Bring the Mithril Golem down quite low. We will get the chance to go again, and there you see, does deal a lot more damage to Gloria. That is the difference between Mardek's stronger defensive reactions and just higher physical defense. But she is still okay. So I think we still keep using Solid Sonata with Eloian. We could perhaps opt to use something like Pleasant Sunbeam on Solar, that being their healing ability, just to make sure Gloria gets back up to max HP here. She does have regen, but I don't think she would have regen quite enough to get back up to full. That means this time around we can go back to Twist Ring, and this probably will take out the Golem. That it does. And an Evening Star as well. That's another nice rare item. And this is the spot that we've not yet been able to go to. And this is the spot, my spot, dare I say, where way back when Chapter 3 of Mardek first came out in the Flash game, I spent hundreds of hours here. So this is my go-to location. And there is, well, something over here through this portal. But as for what that is, it's a save crystal. Maybe we take the hint here, save up, just to be on the safe side. And next time, we'll check out, well, whatever's past scope here. Whatever the heck this thing is.